Welcome to Equine Health with HorseChannel.com. Today, Dr. Julie Fox will be demonstrating how to take your horse's vital signs, including pulse, respiration, and temperature.
Your horse's vital signs are a good indicator of their overall health. Learning to take their vital signs, like pulse, respiration, and temperature, are important for the horse owner because it can give your veterinarian a lot of information if you feel like your horse is showing signs of illness. If you take those vital signs, record them, and tell them to your veterinarian when you call, it can help them determine if your horse needs to be seen, how soon it needs to be seen, and it can help aid in the diagnosis and treatment of the problems. Each horse is an individual, so it's important to practice taking your vital signs at a time when your horse is quiet and comfortable and well rested, so you learn what those signs are normal for him, and you know if there's a problem when he shows signs of illness. Your horse's pulse is a measure of how fast the heart's beating, and if it is increased, that can indicate pain in horses. So there's different ways you can take their pulse. One of the easiest is to take it under the jawbone at the facial artery, and you're going to slide your fingers underneath the jawbone to the inside, and you'll be able to feel the artery. You put a gentle pressure, you count the beats for 15 seconds, multiply that number by 4, and that gives you the number of beats per minute that your horse's heart is beating. You want to make sure that you don't put too much pressure. If you put too much pressure, you will stop the flow of blood and not be able to feel their pulse. So just a nice gentle pressure there will measure it for you. A normal adult horse will have a heart rate between 35 and 40 beats per minute. You can also take their heart rate, their pulse, at their fetlock, and you run your hands down the leg, cup the fetlock, and gently roll your finger until you feel the pulse, and again you're going to count for 15 seconds. The third place is even lower, right below the pastern, and you're going to take the pulse there looking for the digital artery. That will be the hardest of the three to find and should be hard to find in a normal horse. These two in the leg can throb and be much harder when you have things like laminitis, so it is nice to be able to try to find them in those parts of the leg. Your horse's respiration is a measurement of how fast he breathes. The easiest way to check that is to watch his sides go in and out while he's breathing, or you can gently rest your hand on his chest and feel them as they go in and out. Again, you're going to count for 15 seconds and multiply by 4, or if you feel like you're getting a really low number, you can count for a full minute to be more accurate. Adult horse's respiration is between 8 and 16 breaths per minute. You can also go to his nose and feel the breath as it's coming out. But you want to remember that when you put your hand to your horse's nose, he's automatically going to start sniffing you, looking for the treat you usually have, and you need to wait until he is breathing at a normal pace before you start counting. A normal adult horse's temperature runs between 99.5 and 101.5 degrees. That's an adult horse. If you're taking these vital signs on a foal, you want to check with your veterinarian because they can be different in foals. The temperature is taken rectally, which makes it the most difficult of the vital signs to take. And I always recommend you have another person with you when you're learning to take the temperature on your horse if you've never done it before. So you have someone to hold the horse, you don't tie them up. And really, if you don't have a nice calm horse like this, you want to have them standing against a solid wall so that they can't move away from you. You always want to stand at your horse's side, and you want to have a hand on them so they know you're back here and they're not startled. I use my hand and gently lift the tail and move it to the side, and then with my other hand I will reach around and insert the thermometer about 2/3 of the way up. You want to have some lube on it so it goes easily, And in this case, we're using a digital thermometer, which is going to take a faster reading. You also can get glass thermometers specifically for large animals that you can tie a string and a clip to, and you can insert them and clip it to the horse's tail so that you won't lose the thermometer and it won't fall to the ground. If you're using a glass thermometer, you need to be sure to shake it down below 97 degrees before you start. Knowing your horse's vital signs can be a lifesaver. Learn how to take your horse's vital signs, what's normal for your horse, and contact the veterinarian if you have any questions or concerns.